bit confused about why those heights are the way they are. I think you said you wanted to create street life, but again, if you go on to the, I'll go on to this. Actually, this was very. That's me.
This is the first one.
This is the first page.
Yeah, but it's not neither one.
It's just back away. That one, yeah, should be.
I have you.
It's a PDF. It doesn't get time to go as well as.
You want to the
PowerPoint. There we go.
next one?
Yeah, if you go, keep on going. If you go
Building
to the,
heights strategy.
Yeah.
no, that was these social problems. That's sad but true, to a certain extent. Yeah, keep on going. So the eye level images that you showed. Sorry, there weren't eye level images. There were some images that you had that you did on
Which one?
SketchUp, and they were just kind of floating above,
no.
about 3 meters up, and it would be really. If you've got the model
Stop.
there,
Back.
you've got that one. You've got that model there.
Yeah.
Go back again. So you've got that model there where you've done that, but you want to come down and actually analyse the heights that you've got. Does that create a good street scene? Because the heights just seem to be. I don't know. I think there needs to be some more understanding, maybe from the listener, why those heights are the way they are. Do you know what I mean? Rather than it seeming to be arbitrary. Creative Park. I really like this model. I think that's some great interest in that, and it's something to be further developed. But it needs to tie into the whole of the other things as well, I think. Yeah.
I thought the words educational urbanism was interesting, but I'm not quite sure what it meant in relation to the 4 themes that you showed. I think the 4 themes are relevant, but I'm not quite. It's as if you've read educational urbanism somewhere and thought that's a good strap line. We'll use that one. But I think if you could articulate exactly what it is, I think it's a very strong message to have. I want to go back to the statistics. I'm going to be critical and then move on to more positive stuff. All right.
This one.
No, go back even further. Go back to the employment.
This one.
Right, go back to there first, then we'll go to the house prices. I think, and I've said this before on previous occasions, if you're going to use statistics, I think you've got to really understand what the cause and effect is that you're trying to demonstrate. I don't think that the conclusion that you came to from those graphs on the left-hand side stand up. I don't think you could draw the conclusion you did from the information that's there on the left. What I would like to have seen is what's happened in the UK between 2013 and 2019 in terms of reduced unemployment. And I think you would find that the UK rate would start at a lower point and would follow the graph probably quite similarly to Middlesbrough, which didn't show as big a disparity as you are demonstrating. I might be wrong, but that would be my perception. And I don't think the graph on the bottom tells us that that young people are migrating from Middlesbrough because of that graph on the top. So all I'm saying is I think you've got to be able to demonstrate what the effect that you're proposing actually comes from the statistics that you are presenting. If we move on to the housing, there's a You said that the house prices in Middlesbrough are £50,000. What I would find much more informative is knowing what the range of house prices is in Middlesbrough compared to other places, and what in fact the price of a new house is in Middlesbrough at the moment, and compare that with the salary in Middlesbrough to know what the ratio of salary to house price is, and that's usually used as an indicator of how easy or difficult it is to buy a house in Middlesbrough. So I guess all I'm saying is, if you're going to present statistics, understand exactly what you're trying, what the cause and effect is of that statistics. Did you know that I read yesterday that 20% of Teesside University students come from deprived areas of Middlesbrough, and only 2% of students at Oxford come from deprived areas. I just thought that's an interesting one. Right, okay, that's those bits. I thought your diagram, which showed what you felt with the extent of the city core, was good, because I think that demonstrates to me that's the natural extent of the city centre, and where investors might still be prepared to invest now before any other action is taken in the Middlehaven area. So I thought that was good. And as I say, I think the educational urbanism is a good, strong theme, and particularly those four aspects of it. But I think, like Dan, I would like to have seen how that then translated into what happened on the ground. Tom.
I'm not going anywhere. Just can you go back to your master plan? Yeah, sorry, that one. Yeah. Sorry, was it you, Tony? Yes.
Yeah, and that was the one I would have started with. I thought this was very strong in terms of the sort of shape making, as I would call it. Dan, I think, was right to say, but hang on, before you convince yourself of that, do it at street level, eye level, to persuade yourself of it. It's not a critique, but it strikes me that the orientation and the shaping and the structure of this is somewhat turning its back, almost hunching its shoulder and its head from the town centre, which might be justified if you truly could get the boho zone off the ground, because that, to me, excuse the pun, could be the game changer in terms of employment, the link to the university, and this direct connection with the sort of digital filmmaking. If that was the case, then I think you would be justified in making that and the park phase one. And the reason I say that is if you're generating quite a few jobs in that area, you need the space for and the breakout space for them to actually enjoy. And hopefully some of them would be starting families, so the parent-child facility, which is an excellent idea in relation to the park, probably would need to be delivered almost on day one, so that that would be one of the strong sort of employment incentives, that there was either free parent